I'm going to put a ceramic coating on our car, and so I've gone over it already with a little APC. I'm going to let that sit for a minute and I'm going to rinse it off. Then I'm going to move on to, this is a Jax Wax product. It's the Jax Wax ceramic coating that I'm putting on as well. So everything is going to be a Jax Wax product except for the APC that I just used. I've already gone over the whole car and perfected the paint. It's as good as it can get now, and it's dripping some dirt because we drove it yesterday. So I'm gonna rinse this off, see how it goes. Well, I know I said that I was going to use only Jax Wax products, but there's still a lot of beading going on this. So the APC didn't do a super job on there, so I'm going to have to do some more products. Now I'm going to use a bug and smudge remover on it. I'm trying to degrade the wax that's on there. There can't be any wax residue, so I may do a couple of products. I'm going to do a decon on it as well, get the iron out, and hopefully by the end of that it'll break down any wax that might be on here. So let's get going on that. All right, that's good coverage. I'm gonna let that linger on there for a couple of minutes. It's time to rinse it off and see if we got some more wax off. You did a good job, but I still see some beading going on. I think the wax is at least a good 60% going. So now I'm going to go over it with some Fe Decon, try to get all the iron out, because we did drive it about 50 miles after I perfected the paint. So I'll get going on that now. And just a heads up, you don't want to have to smell this stuff. You'll smell it in your worst nightmares. Well, on an interesting side note, I ran out of the Jax Wax, so I switched over to the Griot's Garage iron and fallout remover, which I had never used before. And I guess there's no way of making it smell good, but this one by Griot's Garage just doesn't really knock right through your sinuses the way the other one does. However, I do like the spray nozzle better on the Jax Wax product than I do on the Griot's Garage, and I just bought a whole bunch of Griot's Garage ones. Anyway, nothing lasts forever, so I'll just find something else later on. The iron and fallout remover has been on here for about 4 minutes, and I really want to leave it on about 12 minutes. I didn't expect there'd really be anything on here after everything I've done. There are a couple of spots where you can see that it's working, but you don't want this to dry on here, so I'm putting a really fine mist of water into the air just to keep it from drying. I'm going to try to leave it on for 10-12 minutes. The iron decontamination has been on there for about 11 minutes now, and I'm going to start rinsing it off. And you can see there are some places where there was still some right here inside the L there was some, a little bit, a couple little streaks, mostly off the bottoms of the door handles and the bottoms of the doors. not so bad. All right. Time to start rinsing this off, and then I'm gonna do a soak of the strip shampoo. That looks like that went really well. So now I'm just going to unhook this and hook this up, and then I'll do the foam cannon. Never used this before, so I don't know how well it'll hold its foam, but hopefully I'm going to try to leave it on there about 10 or 12 minutes also to try to strip off as much of the leftover wax as I can. Here we go. That took about 2/3 of my bottle. It gave it good coverage, but it's not really designed to be a big foamy hanging on thing that I know of. So it doesn't linger as well as maybe some other of the shampoos that I use. But its purpose is to eat off your wax and prep your paint for ceramic coatings and things like that, or changing the type of coating that you're putting on it. So we'll give it about 10-12 minutes of this and then see how it goes. Now I'm getting my touch wash ready. I'm putting 3 to 5 ounces in this water, and this is going to be what I use with my wash mitt. This is probably going to be the best thing at taking it off. I'll just keep doing this wash after wash until the old coating is gone. Meanwhile, it's been about 8 minutes that I've been keeping the car covered. I don't want this to dry on there. This has been on here for 12 minutes now, so I'm just gonna rinse it off really well, and then I'll go on to the wash where I'll use my mitt. This actually did really well. Like, this isn't beading at all. It's just the water clings to the paint, so I think one hand wash with the strip shampoo ought to do it. All right, I have my water's hot. I have the soap already. I'm gonna start doing a wash on this and this is my rinse bucket, and here's why. I dump it in there. It does an amazing job. This may be overkill, but I'm going to give it one more touch wash. It's not about cleaning the car. The car is probably the cleanest car in town right now. But it's about stripping that wax off. You get one shot to get this right. Otherwise, you have to redo a lot of work you don't want to redo. So I'm going to give it another one, and then I'll call it a fine day after that. Here's our wax-free car. I've had 3 rinses on it with different chemicals. I've had 3 washes. So it's going to be as thorough as I can get it. Then after the last rinse, I moved it inside the garage. Now I don't have to worry about it. The panel's getting warm while I'm working on it, or it drying with spots on it. And I think I'm ready to dry it off and start putting the coating on it and using my panel prep. And I'll be using my Griot's Garage Edgeless mat here. It's really good. I can do the entire car, and it completely dries it off with room to spare. Here's the kit. Let's see what's in it. The thank you card. This is a 4-year coating, so this is a little card you can put in your car with the date on it, so you know when you applied it. And the instructions. Comes with 2 applicators that have some little pad with them, the ceramic coating, microfiber, 2 rubber gloves, and I'm going to use my shield prep with this. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is put on one of my gloves, get these ready. First, you're going to open this up and then place the microfiber over that. Shake this really well. You're going to put 7 to 8 drops on here. Then you're going to apply it in a crosshatch pattern. You're going to wait for it to flash, and then you're going to wait another 3 to 4 minutes, and you're going to wipe it off with the microfiber towel that they've included. I'm going to apply the shield prep now. Just spray some on. And wipe it off. This is going to prep these so that it gets rid of any of the wax that I didn't get off. I'll be going over the whole car with the shield prep, but I'm going to do a section at a time. Then I'm going to apply the ceramic coating and then move on to another section. All right, I'm ready to put 7 or 8 drops here. And now I'm just going to apply it. I'm just applying this in a crosshatch pattern so that there's no section, no little spots that were left. Then I'm going to wait for it to flash, which means that it'll have kind of a rainbow color, like oil separating. All right. So it's been, it kind of got a halo-y hue to it, kind of like a CD looks. And then we waited another 3 to 4 minutes. And it said that it might feel like the rag is dragging a little bit, like it won't be super smooth, and that is kind of what it's doing. But it feels smooth after I go over it. I'm going to flip the rag over to the clean side I haven't used and buff again. And now I'll be going over the rest of the car with that process. This is not easy. I'm finished. I've got everything done. The rinsing, the washing, the drying and applying and removing, buffing out. So it's all done, and here it is. It looks really good. That's a lot of shine. Back of the car's in the sun. Now I did the glass all over. I did the chrome all over. I did the rubber all over. Every surface of the car I did cover in this. I didn't just do the paint. So it's all done. I hope you like it. When I am able, I will take it out and see if I can give you a nice shot out in the sun. It's such a beautiful morning that I thought I'd come out and put a coat of ceramic detailing spray on the car. So I'll be using Jax Wax Ceramic Detailing Spray and 2 new microfiber towels. You can only use the microfiber towels once if you put ceramic anything on it, because they could, once you wash them, it could have little glass particles on it that could put micro abrasions on your car. So you want to be careful with that. And here's how I'm going to do it. First, I'm going to spray the ceramic detailer on the car. Make sure nothing is at the bottom of it. Shake it all up. Then I'm going to wipe it off with one towel, and then I'm going to buff it completely off with the next towel. Make sure that I get it all off. There, that looks great. That worked like a charm. It only took me about a half hour to do that last section where I was using detailing spray. So I went over it all in small sections. Came out really nicely. Looks good. All right, this car is 100% done. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please press like or subscribe, and I'll be doing some other things on here. Usually it'll be car detailing things. Have a good day.